Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
It's 6:34, and look at there, how bright it is. It seems like it just happened so fast.
Well, we're coming up on the longest day of the year, right? In a couple weeks.
Okay.
You get towards the end of June, you get the longest period of daylight.
Oh, well, there we are.
There you go. That would answer your question.
Well, it's daylight already and looking good, but probably feeling a little warm already.
It's already sticky out there. It for sure is. We had like 7 hours of 90 plus yesterday. We got to 95. I think we're going to be in for a similar setup today. Lots of hot in this forecast. And remember, yesterday we started with all those 68s. Today it's a lot of 72s in Tallahassee and Perry and in Live Oak. Bainbridge and Apalachicola starting off at 73 this morning. I don't see anything on the radar, not anywhere along the I-10 corridor north or south. But what I think happens for us today is maybe we catch a couple of sprinkles as some energy to our north tries to hold together. And the more clouds and the few showers that we get, maybe that can slow down some of the temperatures a little bit. But it still feels like we're going to be every bit as hot as we were yesterday, and that means more mid-90s. The changes should begin tomorrow, unsettled on the way. And what that likely means is better chances to help out those thirsty lawns, gardens, and greens. Lots to break down with that full forecast. Nothing going on in the tropics. I'll have it all for you in just a couple of minutes.
All right. Well, we will go ahead and mention that breaking news that we talked about a little earlier. We are continuing to follow that. Tallahassee police, they're still investigating a crash at Capitol Circle Northwest and Hartsfield Road.
Yeah, due to the crash, right now, Capitol Circle Northwest southbound is blocked off from Commonwealth Boulevard to Hartsfield Road. So that's that area just south of I-10. It's expected to be closed for several hours, slowing down the morning commute.
And so drivers on I-10 West who plan to take exit 196 will hit that portion of the road and have to take an alternate route around. The northbound lane of Capitol Circle Northwest is open, but once again, TPD says there's limited information at this time on the investigation. We hope to get you some information soon. As you can see, a TPD patrol car is involved in that crash. That video is from our reporter we had on the scene, but she is on the way to the Tallahassee Police Department headquarters right now, and we hope to have some information soon.
Yes, remember that road over there by exit 196, Capitol Circle Northwest, even on the side that's open, you know, there's going to be lots of rubbernecking and there's going to be lots of delays. So if that's your normal route to work, try to find a different one because it's going to be extra slow going and messy over there.
All right, well, in other news this morning, in the aftermath of numerous mass shootings across the United States, lawmakers are negotiating gun reform on Capitol Hill. While the Biden administration is calling for action as soon as possible, there are still some hurdles. John Lawrence reports.
One day after holding a moment of silence for the victims of the fatal school shooting in Texas, the House of Representatives is expected to debate the Protecting Our Kids Act. The package includes raising the purchasing age for some semi-automatic weapons from 18 to 21 years old and federally outlawing high-capacity magazines and bump stocks.
We have got to do something different. And this idea of just, if everyone had a gun, if there were more guns, we'd be safer. If that were true, we'd be the safest country in the world because we have more guns in America than anywhere else in the world, more guns than people.
The White House supports the act and is calling on Congress to act now to reduce gun violence and save lives. This as bipartisan talks about gun legislation continue on Capitol Hill.
We're waiting to see if we can get an outcome that directly relates to the problem that brought this issue to the fore, and I hope that we'll have one sooner rather than later.
Among the issues where parties have been largely split, access to assault-style weapons.
In my state, they use them to shoot prairie dogs and, you know, other types of varmints, and so I think that there are legitimate reasons why people would want to have them.
I'm for an assault weapon ban, okay? I think you're not surprised by that, but 18 to 21 would be a major game changer in a lot of these shootings.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Tomorrow, the House will take up a spending package containing a national red flag bill that would temporarily remove access to firearms for people deemed by a federal court to be a risk to themselves or others. All right, as we mentioned, we're following that breaking news. We're going live to a press conference with Tallahassee Police right now.
Larson, standing in for Chief Revel, who is headed back to Tallahassee as we speak. It is with deep sadness that I stand before you today to report that one of our officers was killed in the line of duty. The officer was involved in a traffic crash just before 1:30 this morning at the intersection of Capitol Circle Northwest and Northwest Passage. We are working with the family and ask that you respect their privacy during this difficult time. We also ask that you keep our officers in your thoughts and prayers following this tragic loss. We are offering counseling and support services to our officers and staff. This is an open and active investigation. There are no further details available for release at this time. We will have another media briefing later today to provide more information as it becomes available. We appreciate Mayor Daley being here with us this morning. Mayor Daley.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. As the Deputy Chief mentioned, my name is John Daley. I'm the mayor of Tallahassee. And earlier this morning, we lost one of Tallahassee's finest. A Tallahassee police officer died in the line of duty while protecting our community. And I want to make sure that the officer's service and sacrifice will never be forgotten. I want everyone to join me in standing with the Tallahassee Police Department, send our deepest condolences to the officer's family, but also to the Tallahassee Police Department family as well. Folks, today we lost a hero, and I think it's important that everybody take a second to reflect on how dangerous and the sacrifice that the men and women of the Tallahassee Police Department and law enforcement make each and every day to keep us safe in this community. Thank you.
There will be no questions at this time, but an escort will be coming by through 7th Avenue momentarily. Thank you all.
All right, so that was the Tallahassee Police Department. We're live right there for that briefing they just held on the crash that we've been talking about this morning. And one officer that we've been told has been killed in the line of duty.
Yeah, and of course, still going to be all that traffic snarl up over there off the exit 196. So if that's your normal route of work or commute in the morning, you probably want to stay from that area. As we learn more about what actually went on this morning, other than we know there was 2 vehicles involved in that crash, we'll bring it to you here on air and of course online. So sad stuff coming out of Tallahassee this morning.
Yeah, that crash happened just before 1:30 this morning at the intersection of Capitol Circle Northwest and Northwest Passage. So again, that area is still closed. You can avoid it if you can, and they are still investigating. And the officer said that they'll hopefully provide another briefing later on. And of course, we will bring you the latest on air and online here on WCTV.
All right, let's see if we get some other news this morning. We'll cover some North Florida news, learning more about a plane crash that left 2 people dead and 1 seriously injured. It happened Monday afternoon at the Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport. Now, the airport's executive director is saying that a single-engine plane took off just after 4 p.m., declared an emergency, and then turned around and on the way back to the runway crashed a little short in the woods just south of Highway 388.
We had the Panama City Beach Fire Department, Bay County Sheriff's Office, the Bay County Fire Rescue, the Airport Fire Department. Were there any others? And then EMS, and then the NTSB and the FAA will be doing the investigation.
And at this time, officials aren't releasing any other information about the 3 people involved in that plane crash.
A Florida mother is now charged after her 2-year-old son accidentally shot his father. It happened May 26th in Orlando. Deputies found the man with a gunshot wound to the back. He later passed away at the hospital. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says the gun wasn't properly stored and was easily accessible. The 5-year-old son apparently witnessed the incident and told deputies what happened.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, let's talk a little weather this morning. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. We had like 7-8 hours of 90 plus yesterday. We're probably going to be in that same ballpark again this afternoon. Likely going to get there 1 o'clock today and still be there 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So be ready for a lot of hot like we had yesterday. We need the showers to help cool things down. I do see a little bit of energy trying to hold together in parts of Alabama, but as it moves a little bit more south, it's likely to continue weakening. There is more energy across the middle of the country. That'll try to bring a boundary into our part of the southeast tomorrow and for the weekend. Where that boundary gets to, how long it sticks around, will be an important player in our forecast heading forward. Right now it's 72 in Tallahassee, in Thomasville, and in Moultrie. We're at 70 in Valdosta and in Quincy. Bainbridge at 73. Up in Blakely, it's just 66. The one spot not in the 70s this morning. I don't see the same kind of fog this morning that we had yesterday, which is always good, but we've got several visibilities down to 6 or 7 miles. Futurecast for today keeps the best rain chances around our area. Tomorrow, maybe better chances in our area, and it's not all day nonstop soaking steady rains. It'll be more scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms, but I do think our chances increase tomorrow and stay up for Friday and for the weekend. And we're not talking just afternoon type showers. When we get this kind of setup with the unsettled and a boundary in the vicinity, we can see some showers at more times during the day. So the rain chances will get considerably higher from where they are today, I think, once we get to tomorrow. That should also impact the temperatures. Today we're talking mid-90s. After today, hopefully we can lower those daytime highs.